another live broadcast. Always fun to meet up with you guys. Tonight we are going to talk about using the dieter's kind of mentality or how using intermittent fasting to help you break your dieter's mentality. And we're going to talk a little bit about what diets are and why it is that we've failed at them for so many years and what we can do and how we can actually use our intermittent fasting to help us break that mindset that has been drilled into us for some of us pretty deeply. So welcome if you are jumping on live with us. My name is Diane, and for the past 25 years I've been helping women find nutritional plans and fitness programs to help them look and feel their best and live their most authentic life. And we really do focus on that here in this community, looking and feeling our best and living our most authentic life. And we are achieving that through the practice of intermittent fasting. So it is that dieter's mentality or the dieter's mindset that has most of us women so trapped in a system or a way of thinking that really can limit us and inhibit us from being successful with what we're trying to move out of and onto with our nutrition, our fitness, and our overall health and well-being. And it's very understandable why it is hard to break away from. It took me a very long time to break the mindset that I had been so accustomed to for so many years and that I had been teaching other women to, I probably should say drilled into other women as far as how we were supposed to live our life around food, and believing all of the information that was out there about how we needed to eat, 6 times a day, really small meals, eat every 2 to 3 hours. If you didn't eat breakfast, you were going to, your body was going to hoard your fat. And we put ourselves into these hypoglycemic states where we proved to ourselves that it was true. If we didn't eat, we felt like we were falling apart because that's how our body was trained to respond to the lack of sugar and carbs. And so all of those things that we've gone through, all of those programs that we followed, all of those systems that we followed in the past proved themselves to be true because of the way that our body responded to them. Now, that doesn't mean that they were necessarily correct for us, just because what was said to happen if we did XYZ actually happened. That part was the truth. But the fact that it was the best thing for us was definitely far from it. And now we know that eating in that way, where we're eating every 2 to 3 hours, or every 2 to 3 hours, we're eating 6 times a day. We're afraid to skip breakfast. We're eating, carbs with every meal. We have to have so many servings of fruit a day. We're scared to touch fat. All of those things, they're just not the way our body was designed. It's the way industries have been designed, but not so much our bodies. And the best way to use something like intermittent fasting to help break that mentality and break those habits and those systems that have been so ingrained to us is to just start. And I always like to have women start by realizing that all of that work that we have done, all of that time we've spent in a kitchen and prepping those meals and putting things in little baggies and containers and insulated lunch bags that we carried around with us, and meal prepping all day Sunday and spending hundreds of dollars on, pre-fixed foods and little packaged bars and all of those things that we were so afraid to live without, we can really just make a decision to stop doing. And if you can just give something like intermittent fasting a chance, and you couple your chance with some really basic research that's being presented to us now and some studies that are being done, and you think about how our bodies really are supposed to be working and how our bodies are, for some of us, failing us. I know for me, my body was straight up failing me because I was doing everything right and everything was falling apart. And you just stop and think about all those things and start to put the pieces to the puzzle together. Then you'll realize that if you just think about trying to incorporate something new and just doing nothing for once. For me, doing nothing was really difficult. I know for a lot of you it's difficult too, but just think about the concept of doing nothing for a major part of your day and what that could possibly do for your body's systems. If you put it in a position where it can actually reset itself and it can take a break and it's not working so hard to turn that food that you're constantly feeding it into things that can be usable in your body, then you can start to understand how intermittent fasting can be such a benefit to you. And I know it's hard to break habits, and I know scars and bad experiences run deep, but if you've tried dieting before and you failed at it, and you've done that try and fail repeatedly, and you've put yourself into a position now where you just don't know what to do, then you have to look at things in a different way. And we were talking about it in our house today, where it's like, burn me once, shame on you, burn me twice, shame on me. So how many times do we have to feel like failures as women around something as simple as food for us to realize that what we're doing is not right? I mean, there's a built-in failure system to the whole diet industry. We're supposed to fail at it, because if we fail at it, we keep coming back for more. And if we're successful at it, then there's no need for it anymore. So the beautiful thing about intermittent fasting is when you learn how to do it correctly for your body, and you tune into those signs and signals that your body is sending you, and you can cure yourself, and you're no longer gaining weight, and you've become a fat burning machine, and you're able to have your body utilize all that stored fat on your body as a source of energy, and you're clearing your mind, and your brain is functioning right again, and you're able to get off some of your medications because your body's doing what it's designed to do and heal itself, then you're not needing anything else. And that's a scary thing for a lot of industries. And so there is that built-in failure system with the diet industry, because it's a money-making thing. And so do your research. There's so much free information out there that you can go research. There's books you can buy if you want to buy a book. There's people you can follow. There's courses you can take. There's just plain old experimenting. And if you can really wrap your head around all of that, then what happens is your mindset will change. And you'll look at things like diets in a different way. And you'll look at food as a system of sustainability, and not a system of either punishment, reward, entertainment, self-soothing, stress management, all the things that we tend to reach for food for because of the way that we've kind of grown up with food, and the way we are as creatures is just being emotionally connected to things that are soothing to us. And so when you can find those same sort of feelings in your own inner peace, and you can find those same satisfactions in just being okay with being calm and energized, then you can let go of all those tendencies that we have grown up with, where we search to outside sources to make ourselves feel okay. And you can really have an opportunity to reach within and find your own sense of okay with yourself. But you have to be able to have that time to just cleanse out your body and trust yourself again, that your body is intelligent enough and is designed to take care of you. And if we stop relying on other things and other systems out there, and really just rely on ourselves and what we know to be true, when we take all the stuff away, then you can really break that mentality. And it's such a freeing feeling to not be reliant on someone else's system to get you through your day. And it's a very freeing feeling to know that you can wake up in the morning and have absolutely nothing that you have to do except start your day. And there's something freeing about being confident in the absence of food. That if you're stuck in a meeting, you're not going to panic worrying about your next meal. If you're stuck on the freeway getting home from work, you're not going to panic because you've missed a scheduled meal. You're not going to panic anytime you're in the absence of food, because you're confidently going to be able to go about your day knowing that you've trained your body to be self-sufficient. And so those are those things that you really need to start thinking about when you are finally finished with that dieter's mindset. And anything basically, or any system that's going to tell you XYZ, what you need to do with your own nutritional intake, is a diet. And you want to be able to be in a position where you can create your own system by pulling bits and pieces from philosophies of eating, or pulling bits and pieces from different systems of eating or food groups, or whatever it is that you find to be the best way for you, is really how you should consider your nutritional intake for yourself and your family. And not really rely on someone else to write a food plan for you, because they just don't know enough about you to get it right. And we have to be in a position again where we think before we consume, and we don't unconsciously go into a food situation where we're mentally checked out. We need to check back into ourselves and think about what we're doing when we're in a feasting environment, so that we connect with what we're doing. And there's a big change that happens with our body systems when we mentally connect to our body. And we're going to start talking about a little bit about this next week, and how strong our body is, and how strong our mind is. And when we connect those two things together, how completely unstoppable we can be, because we can have one push the other. And if you can develop a strong body, and you can develop an even stronger mind, in what it is that you're willing to do for yourself, and the survival mentality that you develop for yourself, and just the whole self-love thing that you have for yourself, you can really position yourself to be a powerful person in your world that you live in. And that's really how we're supposed to be living our lives. We're supposed to be living in a position where we're powerful within our own space of what we're trying to accomplish, and we no longer feel like we have to be the victim to something, even if it's as simple as food. And that's really what intermittent fasting can do for you, and has done for so many women, because you get the power back. And the power comes from you having the strength, and the courage and the confidence to let your body do what it was designed to do. And that happens when you do nothing and embrace everything. And that is why that is going to be our 2018 theme going in. 2017 in this community, we talked a lot about, it's not a diet, it's a timing thing. And I think we all figured that out. And if you haven't figured it out yet, I strongly encourage you to jump on the bandwagon with us, because it's a great way to live. And for what we're doing moving into 2018, and where I want to take you guys with me in 2018, is really in that space of, as women especially, who have just constantly felt like we are running on empty, giving ourselves some time to just do nothing and embrace that. Embrace what it feels like, excuse me, to not stress every minute of the day about having to have something done, or having to have something prepared, or taking care of others more so than we take care of ourselves. And to be able to free ourselves up from food, and free ourselves up from food prep, and free ourselves up from having to be tied to something that we have to have in our body every couple of hours, really does free up a lot of times that we can utilize for us. And I think that's what I really want you guys to embrace for 2018, so we can get some stuff done. I mean, there's a lot of great women in this community, and I know you're doing a lot of great things, and you've expressed to me that there's so many other great things that you want to be using your time and your energy and your resources for. And doing nothing and embracing everything is really going to give us that opportunity here as a community. And I can't wait to hear about what we're going to accomplish in 2018. So you might have noticed my shirt here. It's the Fast Long Feast Well. This was the November and beginning of December shirt, I believe, in our For Today's Aging Woman shop. So good news is they are out in the mail, and I appreciate you guys being so patient with us in the whole t-shirt realm of things. I'm not a t-shirt person. I have an amazing girlfriend of mine who is, and she handles all this for us. So she's in charge of all of that, and she does her best to get all the orders collected and get them out to you guys as soon as possible. So thank you for being patient. These are out in the mail. I can't wait for you guys to get them. They are super comfortable, super cute. This is the, I don't know if you guys can see it on YouTube, so I'll stand up a little bit. This is the unisex one. So this is for men and women. My husband and my son have one. They both love it. They have the gray one. My daughter and I have the teal one. And then these also are in. These are more of the 3/4 sleeve. These are super soft, super cute. And these came in 2 colors too. So I'll show you guys the other one. So those just went out. So keep an eye out on your mailbox. They'll be hopefully there in a day or two. And then what other news do we have going on? And then I'll jump in and say hello to everybody. December 27th, so 7, is the date that we will be doing our, what are we doing on the 20th? Oh, we're doing our Passion Planner meetup. We have over 100 women who are joining us to set goals and sit in with me while I share with you guys how it is that I do my lay out my passion planner and how I utilize it best to help me meet my goals and stay on track for the entire year. And so over 100 women, I'm so excited for you guys to jump in with us. That is on the 27th of December. We have to do it in a Facebook group because there's just so many women now. But I think it'll be super fun. And we'll do it on like a conferencing format, so I can hopefully invite some people in to share some stuff too. So mark your calendars for December 27th for that. If you haven't gotten in yet, just email me. We'll get you in. And then what else is going on? Our new course registration will be up sometime next week. So just be patient with that as well. We want to get it right the first time we send it out, and make sure you get on our email list so you'll know when that goes up. Alumni, you're going to get a message from me about what how we want you guys to jump in with us in 2018. So I'm excited. Hopefully you guys will jump in on that one. And what else do we have going on, Kara? Anything else? I think that's it. The fitness. If you guys are into jumping in with me on a fitness program for 2018, you can go to parhamfitness.com, Facebook.com, Parham Fitness, and I have some information up there, and I posted it in some of our course groups as well. It's not, it's just an extra thing. I'll be doing a fitness program, so I am inviting you guys to jump in with me if you want. So the information is on our Facebook page at Parham Fitness, so different than the Facebook page that you're on here. Okay, so let me say hello real quick. Let's see. Renee, hello. So good to have you with us. Snowy Minnesota. Ooh, I'm sorry. Donna, One Quest for Fiber. Hello. Elaine, hello from Tampa Bay, August Alumni Group. So good to have you here. Donna, hello from SoCal. April from Albuquerque in December and the alumni course. So good to have you, April. Emily, hello. One Quest for Fiber. How long do I IF? It varies. I am completely fat adaptive and totally healed now. So my fasting is now different than I did it when I was sick and trying to heal my body. And that's really what we're going to teach a lot in the new 2018 course, is how to go from having a sick and unbalanced body and how you fast there, and then when you become well and healed and balanced, how you can fast with some flexibility there. So my fasting really is flexible now. Let's see. Who else do we have? Birdie from Alabama, good to have you here. Patricia from Spokane. I failed at all my diets. This works. Now I keep having small aha moments as I find what works for me. That's the best. Aha moments are the best when you're doing stuff with your nutrition and trying to heal your body and live a more balanced life than always feeling like, oh man, like I did it again kind of thing. So aha moments are what we're shooting for. Donna, today was a 22-hour fast for me. Started to read Eat That Frog, and my passion planner came in. Yes, I had an aha moment writing my food story this morning. Good for you, Donna. Food story is super important. It really does help us identify those sticking points for us. Emily, it is so crazy easy. Yes, it is. Bridget, hello from Washington, D.C. Janet, hello, girlfriend. Nikita, hello from Washington. Mini holiday course, graduated and current alumni student. Oh, so good to have you in all those places. Holly from Tulsa. Birdie, I love the IF way, just don't understand the nutrition part with electrolytes. What don't you understand? Lori, I'm on an antidepressants, which the doctor is starting to bring me off of because I've gained over 50 pounds. I'm also menopausing. I need help. Lori, RC, make sure you get on our email list, girlfriend. You're from Katy, Texas. Oh, you're from Texas. Yeah, Lori, make sure you get on our email list. Kara posted some links there. You can, and then stay connected to us here. We give lots of information here. We can help you. But if you want to jumpstart your wellness, then I suggest trying to jump into our January course if you can. Judy, hello, girlfriend. And Judy, I got an email today. You've been switched over. So everything's good there. Elaine from Waco, Kentucky. My husband's from Kentucky. Let's see who else. Anna from New Hampshire. Hello, Anna. Good to have you here. Okay, any other? Let's see. Mary Lou from September alumni. Looking forward to the info on the 2018 course. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited. Lots of good stuff I'm going to share with you guys. Renee, it was a light snow globe type snow. Very pretty. Driving, not do much, or try not to do much, I think is what you're saying. Thanks to IF, I might fit back into my skiing clothes and get out this year. That would be awesome. So I'll share with you guys, I didn't share with you yet, I'll share with you guys my jeans story. I talked about it a little bit on Monday, I think. And this goes back to the dieter's mentality again. So I shared with you guys that I am wearing like the smallest jeans I've ever worn ever in my life. And it's not because I've had some major weight loss or anything. I lost the 13 hormonal inflammatory pounds that I had when I was really sick at the beginning of this year, I believe, end of last year. I don't know because I wasn't weighing myself. But at some point, 13 pounds fell off. And I've been gradually just staying around the same weight. I don't weigh myself regularly, maybe once every few months, just for curiosity's sake, because my body's constantly changing. And so I honestly don't even know what I weigh today. But I'm wearing the smallest jeans I've ever worn. And so I'm like, how did that happen? I haven't been working out a lot this year, very inconsistently. Enough to stay fit, but not desperate workouts like I used to do back when I was dieting. And so how is it that I'm wearing the smallest jeans I've ever worn? Because I always used to say, like, I could never get below a certain size of jeans unless I had some sort of surgery that like moved bones around in my body. Because I'm just am what I am. Well, then now I'm down a smaller size. And the only thing that I can attribute that to is intermittent fasting and the fact that I have just no more inflammation in my body. And so when your body's inflamed, your body doesn't like pick a place to hold water. You're inflamed from your brain to your toes, which is why I was having all those brain problems. I was having all the memory problems and being confused about stuff. And when all of that completely cleared away, now my body is in a place where it's supposed to be naturally. I don't carry inflammation anymore. And so the biggest place that I had problem with jeans was always like my calves, because I don't know if they would ever fit because I couldn't really get them over my calves. Well, I was carrying so much water everywhere that my calves were bigger than they were designed to be. So let go of all that inflammation in my body, and now I can wear jeans that are smaller than I've ever worn since I can remember wearing jeans. And so that's the beauty of intermittent fasting too. It's like you just don't even know what your body is supposed to look like because it is so tweaked by all of these things that we're putting into it when we're not making that connection with whether it's the right stuff for us, right? So I've talked about my food story here and how I've had a milk allergy or a dairy allergy my entire life, going back to the stories I hear about when I was on, my mom was trying to nurse me and I was on formula when I was an infant. And I've had dairy issues my whole life. I didn't make the connection till I was a grown woman that that's what was making me so sick. I also know that I have a gluten intolerance that causes me to retain water. I didn't make that connection for my whole life until just recently. And now anytime I have gluten, I swell up. And if I stay away from gluten, I'm thinned out. So gluten is something that I don't need to live on. Dairy is not a food group that I need to survive on. Soy, we've already talked about that here a lot. Like I don't need that in my diet. So now that I'm very conscious about gluten, dairy, and soy, I walk around every day as a 50-year-old woman in the frame I'm supposed to be in, and not some false body walking around that's all tweaked because I'm not listening to the signs and the signals that my body's sending me, and I'm not listening to common sense nutrition that's everywhere. And it took me a long time to figure this out. So even though it's common sense doesn't mean it's always going to catch with you, because I'm in this industry and I was like, oh, I don't think that's what the problem is. And it was. And so when I took all those things away, now my body is in its natural state. And the natural state that is in that size of clothes I never would have ever dreamed I could be in. And I could never diet down to or never exercise down to, because even if I was dieting and starving myself to death and exercising myself into injury and just complete overuse of my body, I still wasn't that size because I was still inflamed. So the intermittent fasting thing for me that has really been an aha moment is the reduction of inflammation in my overall physique. And inflammation is that thing that is causing so many health problems for people. It's the root cause for all of these autoimmune disorders. It's the root cause for Alzheimer's disease. It's the root cause for cancers. If your body is inflamed, your body is sick. And so we really have to hone into all of those things that we're putting in our body that could be causing that inflammation. And if you think your body could look a different way or be a different size or feel a different way, then you are probably right. And it really does it's worth it to take the time and the energy to figure out those foods that your body is just not responding well to and just make the decision to get rid of them. I don't feel like I'm missing anything in my life by giving up the foods that were making me sick. And I feel like I've gained so much back by just feeling happy and healthy in my own skin. So it is definitely worth it to make that connection. You cut your meat intake too, which will lower your inflammation. Yeah, there you go, Yvonne. That too. I think that was the final last thing that I went, wow, why did my body just change again? I really, how did my body just change? I didn't diet, right? We're not supposed to change our physique if we don't diet or exercise ourselves to death. Well, I just made a conscious decision to not eat meat as much. I eat meat when I feel like it, but I don't feel like I have to have a meat protein at every meal. And that's another very freeing thing. I've been fine. I feel great. I feel better than I have in a very long time. And I just eat meat when I feel like it. And if I don't feel like it, I don't stress about it. So the overconsumption of protein is another one of those big things that we have to just let go of, like the dieter's mindset. You do not need all that protein. You get protein in everything that you consume. You do not need to add in extra at all. Molly, loving IF, worked up to 24 and feeling great. I'm out of town on the 27th, so we'll miss your PP meetup. Will it be taped to view later? Yeah, we'll record it for sure, so don't worry about it. We'll save it for you, and you can just check in. So make sure that you get on our list, because we are going to actually put together the Facebook group. Another reason we're putting together the Facebook group, so we can stay in touch with each other through the year. Maybe we'll do like a quarterly meetup or something and just do like a planner check-in and see if everybody's still using their planner and if they're sticking to their goals and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you get on that email list. Mary Lou, September alumni, looking forward to the info. Okay, I think I already read that one. So we'll come back over here to YouTube. Donna, how long should I cut foods out to know if it's causing inflammation? My advice is always to do a 7-day solid test. So I think I went 7 days with just no meat at all. And within a few days, I really noticed a huge difference. And I've gone without meat before, so I just know my body just responds better without a lot of meat protein. So I would say 7 days is a good time to test it out. And you should notice a difference within days, not the whole 7. Narita, did you have a question? One quest for fiber. My name is Kelly. How do you lose weight with post-menopause? Kelly, you have to balance out your hormones. Your body really won't lose any weight until your hormones are balanced out, and a key to that is your hunger hormones. So I would highly recommend getting into our January course. We'll teach you all of that in there. All the women who had weight loss problems where they felt their weight was stuck, they're all losing weight once their hormones balance out. Let's see. Make sure you've ordered your passion planner for the meetup. Okay, thanks, Kara. First Fruit Ministries. Hey, girlfriend, Chicago. I ordered the planner on Amazon. It ships on December 20th. Awesome. You'll have it in time. We don't start till the 27th. Yep. So you're good. Yeah, so have your planners, and then what I'm going to do once the Facebook group gets set up and everybody's in it, I'll start posting some like get ready tips, some things that I have already done to my 2018 planner to get it set up. So we'll cover that as well. So I can't wait for you guys to get your shirts. Make sure when you get a shirt, if you ordered one, you take a picture and you tag me in it so that I can see it, or post it in your course group if you're in a course. This is probably one of my favorites. It's super soft and it's long enough for me to wear with leggings, and this is a large. So it's long enough where if I wear it with a pair of leggings, it has plenty of coverage. So I love it. Kelly, get into the course. Oh, okay. So this is Laura talking to you, Kelly. Get into the course. I gained 50 pounds in menopause and it wouldn't budge. Diane's coaching helped me. IF for life. I've lost 33 of the 50 pounds in 6 months. Good for you, girlfriend. That's the way to do it. And you probably, Lori, did you feel like you were suffering when you were doing it, or did it feel like it all made sense when you lost that 33 pounds? I know when I lost my weight, it came off. And Kelly, I didn't have a lot of weight to lose. I had 13 pounds, but it was 13 horrible, stubborn, just fat pounds that I just had never had in my life. In those places, it was weird. My husband always said to me, like, if I was unhappy with something with my body, he's like, oh, just give up sugar for a week and you'll be fine, or go run it off. Like, I'd always run off extra weight. And I was literally exercising myself into the ground. I was running 10 plus miles a day and starving myself. So there's a difference between fasting and starving. Fasting is a conscious decision to not put anything in your body for a certain period of time, and starving is eating small bits of food, so you're constantly in a sugar burning mode. And so that's how I was living my life. And I had cellulite in places that just seemed weird to me, and I couldn't get rid of it. And as soon as I got my hormones balanced out and stopped relying on sugar as a source of energy and really became fat adaptive and just lived in the space of magic where I was hungry and understood what that was doing for myself, is when it all clicked, and that 13 pounds felt like it just went away as soon as everything clicked. So there's a learning curve to it. To do it correctly, there is. We teach you what to do when you break your fast too. I always get a little like iffy when people ask what other people did to break their fast, because you have to figure that out for you. What I do for a fast and to break a fast and what someone else does to break a fast could be completely different. And so I always say, learn for yourself. It's the best way to go. Where do we order the groovy shirts? Kelly, we have a shop called For Today's Aging Woman Shop. And I believe there's a few extra that we ordered so that they would be stocked in the shop. So you can go check it out, fortodaysagingwomanshop.com. See if there's some shirts loaded up in there. And then, just so you guys know, as soon as we open up the 2018 course for enrollment, every day I think I have enough shirts for the first week, but every day, so when we're live here, during the first week of enrollment, I will be giving away a shirt to a new course registrant. So make sure you stay tuned, and I'll be giving away some shirts there as well. So, and if you already ordered a shirt, I'll see if I can get you a different shirt so you'll have more than one. And then we're designing our 2018 shirt right now. It's going to be similar to this, and it's going to say #DoNothing, embrace everything on it. So that's going to be our motto for 2018. So you got to have a shirt for that as well. But for today's agingwomanshop.com. Is pea protein the same as meat protein? No, pea protein is a plant protein. Meat protein comes from an animal. So pea proteins is safe to use if you're trying to cut out meat. And Emily, do calories matter? No, not really. When I say do nothing, I mean literally do nothing. You should not have to count calories, macros. I ask you to watch how much water you're drinking because that just makes you feel better. But you don't have to count calories. You don't have to count macros. You really can throw all of that away. You shouldn't weigh yourself. Let go of the scale. Do nothing is the best thing that you can do. Let's see, anything else? Okay, I think that's it. So lots of good stuff going on around our little community here. Keep sharing your stories with us. We just had a great Tuesday testimonial that was emailed out. If you're on our email list today, those are very typical of the results that the women are getting from the course that we take. And in the course, I really do teach you how to listen to your own body. You don't follow my system at all. I provide information and I send you off to think about what it is that's going on with your body and how your body is feeling, and ask you to just consider some new things. And you will figure out a way and a lifestyle where you can honestly look and feel your best and live your most authentic life and don't have to worry about following anybody else's diet again. Bridget, I cannot weigh me, but in 2 weeks I'm losing my jeans. Oh, so you mean you're shrinking and your jeans don't fit anymore? That's awesome. Nikki, I've started IF working at 6 a.m. and was eating at 10 a.m., then again at 4 p.m. and I felt great. But I keep reading that adrenals will go to heck if I keep this up. I don't know. I don't have any adrenal problems at all, Lori. Oh, no, I mean, Nikki. Yeah, I don't have any adrenal problems at all. So I've been fasting crazily by some people's standards. I fast 20 hours. I fast 23 hours. Sometimes I fast 16 hours. I don't count my calories. I eat, right now I'm eating mostly just vegetables and fat. I have never felt better in my life, and I just had a bunch of blood work done, and I am as healthy as can be. So be careful about those things that you read. Make sure they make sense. And then I always say test it out. Test it out. The whole adrenal thing is like a okay, Lori, my extreme adrenal fatigue was healed with IF. My cortisol levels are now normal. There you go. Yep. You don't want to do anything like, how do you want to explain this? You want to eat nutrient dense foods and then just put your body in a healing state. If you eat nutrient dense foods and you put your body in a healing state, your body will do exactly that. It will heal. Now, if you're going to go eat a bunch of pork rinds and over exercise and can't find a way to put yourself every night, YouTube, I'm so sorry. Every night my phone falls off there. Sorry, Facebook too. If you're going to do things that are going to put your body in like extreme stressful situations, over exercising, extreme exercising, those kind of things, I'd be more worried about that than fasting and putting yourself in some sort of adrenal fatigue. Yep. Nutrient-dense foods and a healing environment for your body is the best thing you can do for your adrenals. So, that's where you have to be careful about who you're listening to, because it doesn't make sense that doing something as great as fasting correctly can do damage to your body. I mean, there's probably a few situations that would be true, but for the average person, no. The science and the research that's out there is just not is proving that all to be not correct. So just be careful. And if you feel like you need some healing, it's worth a try. Can you have coffee? Yes, black coffee. And not too much. You don't want to live on coffee, so you just want to have enough to get a little bit of a boost. And coffee has some great properties to it. The polyphenols in it. It's great for appetite suppressing. So coffee has its place with fasting. You just don't want to abuse it. Okay. So I am going to jump off of here tonight. Thanks so much for jumping on. If you are a victim of the dieter's mindset, don't worry. All you have to do is make a decision that that's not going to be the way you're going to live your life anymore, that you're not going to put yourself into that pre-planned system of failure, and you're going to change some ways that you do some things and put yourself in an environment where you can finally be successful and stay successful with what you want to do with your lifestyle. So I will catch you guys tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, right back here on Facebook and YouTube. If you haven't already done so and you're new, make sure that you've subscribed or liked where you're joining us from so that you'll be notified when we go live again tomorrow. And Kelly, do the shirts run true to size? Yes, they do. Totally. And I can wear like anything. This is a large, but I can wear anything from a small to an extra large, and they all look fine. So they're very versatile there as well. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Thanks so much for jumping on.